923, right? September 23rd, 2025, the Feast of Trumpets. And we know that when you type in Feast of Trumpets on the Gematria calculator, it adds up to 923. It's just crazy because the Feast of Trumpets lands on different days every year. Only in 2025, it lands on September 23rd, 923. And that is the numerical value for Feast of Trumpets. And now that is just one of the many patterns that I've shown for 923. Another one is when you break it down, 9 means the lost thing, and 23 in the concordance means my father has gathered. Okay, the gathering. There's so much more, but that's not what this video is about. That's only our starting point, because here's the amazing thing. If you go from September 23rd, 2025, the Feast of Trumpets, exactly 42 months, going through 2026, 27, 28, hitting 2029, exactly 42 months, which is 1,260 days, you land smack dab on Purim. Purim, which is a Jewish celebration talked about in the book of Esther. That's where it was created. For all of the Jews and the Gentiles that escaped the slaughter that was going to happen to them. And this is right after the 3 years that in the Strong's Concordance, if you look up 2026, 2027, 2028, it means slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. And if you look it up in the Hebrew years, 5, 7, 8, 6, 8, 7, and 8, 8, it means blind, blind, blind. And 923, if you've seen all the predictive programming, all the things that lead up to that, is the cutoff point. The rapture will happen before that or on that day. And that 3.5 years, 42 months exactly after that, it hits Purim. And in my opinion, that is the Jews and the Gentiles that go through the wrath of God. The ones that make it through. And the day, Purim, what it means, the symbolism, what it is. I'm telling you, all these things repeat themselves in patterns. If you want to know more about Purim, go look in the book of Esther. Read the book of Esther. And also just look up Purim. What is it? And that's what it is, though. It was Haman, which is a picture of the Antichrist, was going to, they passed a law to kill the Jews. And then the law got reversed and they were saved. And that's what Purim was about. That's exactly what is going to happen. Remember in the book of Revelation, it said that people will be beheaded for their faith and their refusal to go along with the program of the image of the beast and the beast. That is 2026, 27, 28. And then 29, which is exactly 42 months after September 23rd, Feast of Trumpets 2025. I think it's March 7th in 2029, hits exactly Purim. Exactly 42 months. And the 42 months is what we talk about in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, the book of Revelation, chapter 12. Also in the book of Revelation, I believe it's in chapter 13 and 14. It's always 42 months. Then in Luke chapter 4, Jesus talks about a 3.5 year famine. These are all pictures of that 42 months. 26, 2027, 2028, and part of 29. And it starts on Feast of Trumpets. Technically, there's going to be a lot of stuff that happens up to then. Now for the final piece of this revelation. Click your seatbelts in, because this is pretty wild. If you go from that day, Purim, March 7th in 2029, which is exactly 42 months from Feast of Trumpets in 2025, which 42 months is 1,260 days. If you go 30 days past that, now why would we go 30 days past that? Because in Daniel chapter 12, it said 3 dates. It said there is 1,260 days, then 1,290 days, then 1,335 days. And it says, blessed is he who comes to the 1,335 days, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we got our 1260 from Feast of Trumpets 2025 to Purim. Okay, March 7th, 2029. Now we're going to go to 1290. So 30 days past that. And what day do you land on? Passover. So now we're at Passover, which is 30 days past Purim. And now we have 45 days to cover. So we go 45 days from Passover and we come to Shavuot, the Feast of Weeks. And what Shavuot is famous for is when God gave the Israelites the Torah at Mount Sinai. What is the Torah? It is the word that came from heaven. Is that the day that Jesus comes back? Shavuot 2029? 1,335 days exactly from the Feast of Trumpets in 2025, 923. It's